Hey everybody, thanks for sticking around. So for the next 15 minutes, I'm going to go over Instagram with you. So the first thing about Instagram is it's not meant to be done from a computer. So for this demo, I'm actually going to be airplane the screen of my cell phone. Everything that I personally do on Instagram for my account and also for our corporate account, I just do from my iPhone, which is awesome. You can also do it from your tablet because as long as you can download an app for Instagram, you are able to do it. You can log into Instagram from a computer, but the functionality really isn't there, and there's not that much that you can do. So a bit of a background on Instagram. I mentioned earlier, it is rapidly growing from an audience and user base. It is the fastest growing social media account right now, and it is taking over. People, of course, are obviously still using Facebook, but there is a big demographic who's actually shutting down their Facebook accounts completely and just moving over to Instagram. Instagram is a little bit younger of a demographic, and that's just because the same people who have kind of just gotten on Facebook from those later generations and are really happy that they just got on Facebook obviously haven't made the transition to social media yet. But from a 16 to 35-year-old base, Instagram is massive. So anybody working with or who knows people in that demographic should have Instagram. You probably have Instagram already. If not, you should get on it, and we're going to talk about that today, but also from a business advertising perspective, how you guys can use it. So Mason, if you wouldn't mind switching over to my screen, and you guys can follow along. Okay, so I'm just going to open up my Instagram account here. And you'll notice right now, this is just kind of the home page of one of my accounts. One of the neat things about Instagram is that if you have multiple accounts, so for example, I manage our corporate account, but I also have my personal account. And now that Lindsay has disclosed that I have an Instagram account for my dog, which is so embarrassing, I'm actually going to click this button to show you, otherwise I wouldn't have previously. But now that we all know, so once you click this little button at the top, you'll notice that I can transfer between my personal account, again, embarrassing, the account for my dog, but while we're here, right, like she's pretty cute. But back to where we're at. So this is how you can see all of your different accounts. So this is your main dashboard. So you'll notice here that we have a company logo. We have a little bit of a spot that talks about the company, and you can change that all of the time. We have a link, and we have our location. So this is a business page. You'll see that it has the number of posts that we have, how many followers we have, and how many people we are currently following. As you scroll down, you can get a snapshot of all of the different posts that we've ever made, which is great. And then at the bottom here, you'll notice a couple of different little icons. So you'll see 5 different buttons, a home tab, a search tab, an add button, which is the camera, where you can add a new photo from your gallery, take a photo or take a video, a heart tab, where you can see who's liked your posts, and your profile. So the search tab, which is the magnifying glass, helps you find interesting content and new users to follow. Using the search bar, you can look for certain content, users, or hashtags. If you don't tap a specific category, so I'll click on this right now, then the app will default to top, which shows the most popular results for any sort of search term. So right here, if I wanted to use the search bar, I could search for, let's say, Calgary real estate. And you'll notice that anybody who has those search terms from a user perspective will show up there in the top. I can look for people, which will again have those search terms. Tags, which is pretty cool. These are hashtags, which is what Instagram is completely based around. So if somebody hashtags certain content, you can search for that, and anybody on Instagram who has hashtagged that, you'll be able to see that content, and also places. So you'll notice because those search terms come up in Calgary Real Estate Board, you can search for places. Once you have these search terms in, just because I'm here, I'm going to click on Calgary Real Estate Board. And what comes up, because I didn't select an account, I selected a place, any public posts that have been taken at the Calgary Real Estate Board will appear here. So you have your top posts, which will be the most liked, and then you'll have your most recent posts. So if I were to click through some of these, most recent, so real estate YYC, so this user posted a market update using that hashtag. Here we have a realtor who posted some content while they were there. Lunch with president of the Calgary Real Estate Board. Great guy, thanks for the tips. So you're able to follow a lot of different stuff that's happening here. So here's a little panel. Oh, there's our own Wayne. Look at Wayne. So this is Tony. She actually won the Krebs Roar Award Mentorship Award. So this is something that she posted while she was there on a panel for new professionals in real estate. So lots of different interesting content that you guys are able to search for based on the results that you post in. So I'm going to go back to my home page here by clicking the bottom left home button. And the home button will take me to the feed of everyone I'm following. So very similar to Facebook. When you open up your Facebook homepage and start scrolling, you'll see content from people that you follow. So, Vonnie Fast with Cutco, that's somebody that we follow. Dorian Frere, who recently, people are going to kill me for doing this, who was recently in the Spartan race and got a little banged up. She's there because we follow her. Here's Josie. We also follow her. She's one of our realtors. So really cool. Oh, here's me because CIR follows myself. I hit the green on 16 golfing, and I'm hoping to win free golf. So lots of really cool content. If I wanted to take a photo or upload something from Instagram, I would click this bottom middle button with the little plus symbol, and that's how I would add content. It'll automatically take you to your library so that you can upload either a saved video or photo that you've already taken. So you can just go through here and select any sort of video that you want to be able to post. So I could take any of these and select them. If I wanted to take a brand new photo, I could click the photo button, and then it'll let me take a photo. I can take a photo, so here's, you guys can kind of see the behind the set. Jen, give a wave. There we go. So you can, there's Mason, so you can kind of see what that looks like. Or it even lets you take a selfie mode, so I can click these little two arrows to flip my screen. You can be like, hello. Do that. There we go. I can stick a filter on myself. I can be black and white. I can be kind of whatever I want to be. Gotta love filters. So it's kind of same as Facebook. Pick whatever. And then I would hit next. And then it's time to write my caption. And this is where hashtags are going to really come in handy. So I can write here, hello from our, and I'm going to actually hashtag from our CIR live. And you'll notice that 5 people have used that hashtag before because that's why it says 5 posts from our CIR live Monday meeting. And then I'm going to say where I am doing an Instagram demonstration. Wonderful. So now, if I wanted to further hashtag this, I could. So when you're brainstorming hashtags, basically you're trying to think of what are other people searching that you want your post to be a part of. So I could say, okay, I'm going to hashtag CIR Realty. So if anybody searched CIR Realty, I want them to be able to be like, oh, cool, look what they're doing at their Monday meetings. That's pretty neat. I can also use a pretty common hashtag for Calgary, and that is YYCRE, which stands for Calgary Real Estate. So you'll notice here, there's 28,207 posts, so there's lots of people using this hashtag. There's also YYC Real Estate, which has 22,066 posts. So I'm going to use that hashtag as well. And I'm also just going to use real estate. So now, if anybody searches for those hashtags, my shiny face is going to pop up. So I'm able to add location. So I'm going to pick CIR Realty. So now when anybody searches for CIR Realty and clicks on the place button, just like I did with the Calgary Real Estate, where I ended up at the Calgary Real Estate Board, this post will come up as well. If I wanted to syndicate this to our CIR Realty Facebook page or our CIR Realty Twitter page, I'm not going to click on those, but I could, and you could actually share this to other social media feeds as well. So now that I'm ready to, I'm going to actually tag someone. I'm going to tag myself So like Facebook, actually let's see if this will let me do this. It may not let me because this is me. Let's see if it will. It might not let me because this is me. That's okay. But you'll notice down here, you are able to search for and you can tag kind of anybody else that's going to be in your post. So now I'm going to hit done and I'm going to share. And now you'll notice that my face is on our CIR Realty corporate feed. Awful photo. That's okay, for the benefits of for education. So now I'm thinking, oh, who's going to see this post? So if I go back to using on the bottom navigation, if I hit the blue CIR button, it'll take me to all of our different posts and back to our home page. So you'll notice that we have 855 followers. So all 855 of our followers are going to see that post, but also anybody that searches the hashtags or clicks on any hashtags will see that post as well. So from our follower standpoint, and if we haven't followed you back and you're on here, we need to get better at this, so please don't worry. But you'll notice that all of these different people who are following our CIR account, now my post will be in their feed, which is great. Also, if I were to click on this photo again, and I were to click on the CIR Realty hashtag, so all of these links in here, if they're blue, it means they're searchable and they're clickable. So if I were to click on CIR Realty, anyone else who's used the CIR Realty hashtag, I'll be able to look at their content. So at the top you see where it says top posts, and at the bottom you see it says most recent posts. So you can scroll all of these and see anybody who has been hashtagging CIR content, which is very cool. So a couple of other things that you can do with Instagram is from the home page and from the home feed, which is that little house on the bottom left, you'll notice up here there's things called Instagram stories. So these get some really interesting attention. They're relatively new to the Instagram platform, and they're disappearing pieces of content, really. They only last so long, kind of like Snapchat, except for that your story's there for a full 24 hours, but then that story isn't saved to your profile long term. So what you can do for that is you can click this button, and you can always add to your story. So in any 24-hour period, you can continue to add photos. So a few different things that you can do. The first one is live video. So for live video, I could just take any sort of live photo and use that, and then that would appear on my story. Or normal would just be I could take a photo. Boomerang is that kind of weird little thing where you see people doing things very quickly in a 10-second period where it's repetitive. So if I were to kind of be like, I'll show you what that would look like. So if I wanted to do, so it takes a small snapshot and then it duplicates it and makes it really, really fast. And then I could do something where I could add text. So I could say, look at me using the boomerang feature. Fun. There we go. So done. So now I have this kind of funky little thing. And now I can say I'm going to share it to my story. I could also choose to send that to somebody. So if I wanted to send somebody a video, I could send it direct to any of my contacts. But I'm going to decide I'm going to share it to my story. So now for all of our followers, you'll notice that we have a bunch of different people that we follow up top. If I wanted to look at their stories, so let's say I was going to use Joel's. So here's an example of just a post that Joel made, and it'll actually scroll through all of the different people that we follow up there. But now if somebody looks at my story up top, this will be it. So this is nice because it really showcases your content and puts you above having to scroll through all of the different feeds. Just because this is not cool at all, I'm going to delete this. Because I really don't want that to be our story. But that's one neat way that you guys can use content, is using Instagram stories. You can also choose to use video. So if I wanted to go here and do video, I can, again, do some video that way and start sharing it. I'm going to show you guys what an example of video looks like. Let's see if we can go down and find some video content. For Instagram, if you are ever using video, it can't be more than 60 seconds, otherwise it'll cut off. But you'll notice that it just starts playing automatically and it looks really, really great. So this is sponsored content, and I'm going to show you guys how to be able to do that as well. So sponsored content is an ad very similar to a Facebook ad, and it is the only post that you can make that you're allowed to include a link from. So right now you'll notice for this sponsored ad, which is based off of my interest, which is why I'm receiving a running ad, because like I said, it's all based off of demographics. So just like Facebook or Google, you can decide who's going to see your ad and when. And there's a little install now button. So I can click install now and it'll take me to that. In any other post that you make, it will not include links. So if I wanted to say something like, hello from our CIR Live Monday meeting, everyone tune in at crrealty.ca/CIR Live, that isn't a clickable link. Somebody would actually have to copy paste that or go and type it in. Other than sponsored content, the only place that there's a clickable link allowed on Instagram is right in your profile. So you'll notice right here, it says www.crrealty.ca. If you're ever featuring content and you really want someone to go to a link, you have to edit the link in your profile. So for example, let's say I wanted to find, so here's some video from our Stampede party that we did. And let's say next year I wanted to use this video to encourage people to sign up. I could post this video on Instagram and I could say down here, look at the great time we had at our Stampede party last year. Go to our profile and click the link to take you to the registration page. So what I would have to do is go back to my profile, change this link to call it www.crrealty.ca/registration, and then somebody would click that. So for anybody on Instagram right now who's putting links into their open house or new listings they just have, right within the actual post, that's a really bad way to use links in Instagram, and it's not meant for that. So if you do have something special, you need to make sure you're putting your link in there. That's definitely the way to do it. Okay, so the next thing that I want to talk about is if you wanted to do an ad or boost a post. So let's look at this. So this is a recent post that we had. It has 63 likes, and you'll notice that we used a lot of different hashtags. We hashtagged most of the major locations that our company has an office in because we want those areas to see that we're participating and building and growing in those areas as well. So if I wanted to promote this, I've already made a post, and you can only do this from business accounts. You can't do this from your personal account. I could hit the promote button, and I could say, I want people to visit our website. That's my call to action. And then it'll let me either, and Google will show you, our Google ad will show you more how to do this, but it'll say automatic, let Instagram automatically create an audience based on people who might be interested in your business, and they are very good at selecting these demographics, because when you set up your business account, it'll ask you if you're real estate, where you're located, so you're already giving them a lot of information, or you could create your own. Total budget, pick one or set your own. Duration, how many days would you like to run it for? So after I click all of these buttons, I can review order, see what my promotion looks like, how long it's going to run, what's my budget for, what credit card I want to charge it for, and then I hit promote, and then suddenly it's an ad that'll show up on lots and lots of different people, and they can like it. And you don't have to be friends or follow these people for them to see your ad, because that's how an ad works. So that's a great way to get additional people looking at your content other than people that you just personally know or are following. And it's nice because it's very easy to set up and it's extremely inexpensive to run, and you can see some really good results from that. So that is an interesting way to use Instagram for that. The other thing that Instagram is great for is for you to start following hashtags and users just by adding content. So one of the things that's a bit restrictive about Facebook is you can only interact with people that you're friends with. The nice thing about Instagram is that you can interact with basically anybody that you want. So let's say right now I'm going to search for, I'm going to pick Truman Homes. I'm going to search for Truman Homes. So let's see if Truman Homes has an account. They do. I'm going to pick it. So here's Truman Homes' account. CIR Realty does not follow Truman Homes. But you'll notice I can still see all of their content. I'm going to follow them because I'm here. So there we go. So now I can click on any of these posts. So here's one that they said. Only 4 suites remain at 1741. Get your hands on one before they're gone. And then I can post by clicking this bubble. And I can say, glad to see people are liking your suites. Oh, sorry. Glad to see that people are liking your suites and they are selling out. And then I could say our realtors are doing a lot of work with builders, and it's nice to have such great inventory on the market. I feel here since I'm actually posting this that I have to make it sound kind of nice. Okay, so now I'm going to post it. So now CIR Realty has a comment that everybody following Truman Homes will be able to see, including Truman Homes. So this is a really nice way to interact with other users. If you live in a specific community, so let's say I'm going to search for Willow Park, just because we live in the area. So if I were to look at places, Willow Park, Calgary. So these are all of the people that have posted in Willow Park in Calgary. So you'll notice there's some different local businesses that are in there, some people at the golf course, people participating in different activities there. So if you want to buy and sell in Willow Park, or you're looking to work with buyers there, and you have a listing in Willow Park, using this location when you're posting something in Willow Park would be really helpful, because now anybody searching in that community will be able to see your listing. So this is a really great way to get that information in front of people using the location-based. You can also use the hashtag Willow Park, so when somebody's searching that, you can. But anyways, it's a good way to interact with people who are specifically in one area or interacting with a different type of business. So I'm going to leave it at that for you, just because I only have so much time. But I hope that was helpful. If you're interested in setting up an Instagram account, it is very easy. You just go to the App Store on whatever Android or Apple device that you use. You can set it up using logging in with your Facebook, or just setting up an email and a password, and really away you go. This is probably one of the easiest apps and social media platforms that I've ever used, so I believe that you can probably use it too. And if you do have Instagram and you're not following CIR's account, please, next time you're on, search for us and give us a follow. Thanks, guys. And for our next demo, we're going to be showing you a Google AdWords account. I'm sorry, I've been staring at my phone. I didn't know how long I was on screen for. Yeah, for the next one, we'll be doing a Google AdWords account, and that's a little bit more complex. But once you know how to do it, it is very, very easy moving forward. So have a watch, and good luck with your digital marketing.